And that's incorporated into your digital self. Your program is upgraded. Your program, once you go on the other side now, you bring with you that knowledge. Did you pass the tests? Did you accomplish your missions? Did you fulfill your incarnation contracts? All of that stuff that is not important to anybody is relevant when you go to the other side. Now, a lot of the basic stuff people will do, right? You raise a family, you work a certain career, you do certain things, you do some charity and some volunteer work. All of that stuff basically covers most, all the basic stuff. For some people, they have more advanced missions and jobs. And those will be, those are basically, there's that review. You get reviewed. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? In a lot of the cases that, when I've studied this, in a lot of the cases, because again, I've had near-death experiences and I've been to the other side. I've been attacked, and I've been, technically put to the other side. And the people, at some times they would say, listen, you're not ready to go yet, and they send you back. And other times you get a life review. Life review says, well, he's done this, he's done that, he hasn't done these things, got to go back. So what I'm saying is that this system is not stupid. This system does not operate by accident, by coincidence. Although we can't explain the afterlife because we can't go there and study it properly, and the people who come back, they understand, they have intuition, or they become spiritual. They talk about angels and stuff. But we don't really have a fact-based understanding. But in my view, it's not an accident. So that when someone goes, it's not an accident. Now, some people can go too early. Let's say they commit suicide because they were influenced. So they didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they commit suicide, and then they go. Well, that spirit can't really go anywhere because they're not done, so they have to come back. You have to come back. You might live your whole life avoiding certain things, living in ignorance, afraid, and then when you go, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you didn't you didn't learn what you're supposed to learn, you'll come back, you will reincarnate. So we've talked about this before, that we are in this reincarnation prison because a lot of people are not doing what they're supposed to do because of the way the system is set up, and then they come back. And a lot of the times, we have difficulty having these kinds of discussions because they're rooted in beliefs, and people want evidence and video footage and a documentary film. So what happens is we haven't incorporated the afterlife as a human principle rather than a spiritual or religious principle. It's not a spiritual or religious principle because every person here is subject to the other side. Not just Christians and Buddhists and Jews. Everybody, every living person is subject to this technological principle. When there's an expiration, when you exit this reality, you enter this one.